So, what would happen if the novel you've been reading for the past 10 years suddenly turned real, and you were the only one who knew its entire story? That's what we're diving into today. Hello, everyone. Today, we're doing a complete breakdown of the manhwa Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. So, let's jump into this fascinating story. The story begins with a guy who's just your average office worker, a regular 9-to-5 employee, and only reader of a web novel that has over 3,000 chapters. He's been reading it for the last 10 years. The poor guy is lonely, just like so many of us. Anyway, the time finally comes for the novel's last chapter. Our main character is on the subway, reading the novel as usual, when the most popular girl from his office, Sang Shong, shows up. They start talking, and we find out she also enjoys reading novels. Reading web novels on his way home is Dokja's daily routine. Then he realizes the novel he's been reading for the past 10 years is finally coming to an end. The novel is called 3 Ways to Survive the Apocalypse, or TWSA for short. Our protagonist tells us he started reading it back when he was in 5th grade, when he was bullied in school, when he failed his entrance exam, even during his military service. That novel was with him through everything, the good and the bad. Our main character's name is Kim Dokja, or just Dokja for short. Dokja tells us that the novel's views dropped from 1,200 to just 1. He wanted to donate to the author to show appreciation, but couldn't afford to, so he left a heartfelt thank you message instead. He even recommended the story to his friends, but everyone just laughed at him. Dokja and Sang Shong talk a bit more. As they chat, Dokja begins to think, what if my life wasn't nonfiction? What if it were a fantasy? Would I be the protagonist? But then he reminds himself, nah, my life's definitely nonfiction. I'm just a reader, not a hero. And then Dokja gets a notification. It's a reply from the author of TWSA. The author thanks Dokja, saying that his comments are what motivated him to finish the story, and even helped him win an award. He also tells Dokja that the novel will now become paid content and asks for Dokja's email to send a special gift. Dokja opens his email and finds a message saying that starting at 7 p.m., TWSA will become paid content. Attached is a soft copy of the novel. And then, suddenly, chaos. The subway lights go out, people start screaming and panicking, and an eerie glow spreads through the train. A message flashes on everyone's screens. The train halts abruptly, and in the middle of the darkness, a strange creature appears, one that we'll come to know as a dokabi. And that's how Chapter 1 begins, the beginning of the paywall. The dokabi starts saying something, but no one can understand it. People are confused, scared, and disgusted by how ugly the creature looks. Dokja, though, is in total shock. How could this be happening? How is fiction turning into reality? Is this really happening exactly like the first chapter of TWSA? Then, the dokabi switches to human language and begins speaking clearly. It tells everyone to listen carefully, but of course no one does. Instead, they start yelling at it. Typical humans, right? But this little monster isn't one to mess with. In an instant, it kills a random man with a wicked smile and says, "We're not filming a movie here. This isn't a dream or a novel. This is reality, your reality." Then it laughs and says, "You've all lived free for too long, but now the dance of death begins. Nothing's free anymore." As always, there's that one rich, arrogant guy who steps forward and offers money saying, "How much do you want? 1 million? 2 million? But the dokabi laughs at him and says that money has no value on the microscopic scale and warns that anyone who acts up again will be next. Then a screen appears before everyone, displaying their first task. Each person must kill at least one organism to earn 300 coins. If they fail within 30 minutes, they will die. The Dakabi wishes them good luck and disappears. Sangha tries to call the police, but no one answers. Dokja calms her down and explains that this feels like a game, and every game has rules. They need to figure out the rules if they want to survive. There's a small monster with antennae, a dead body on the train floor, terrified passengers, and an old lady praying in fear. Dokja still can't fully believe it, but it's true. TWSA, the novel he's read for 10 years, is becoming reality before his eyes. He wonders, what should I do to survive? And just then, one of my favorite characters makes his entrance. A soldier who steps up to calm everyone and takes command, saying, "This must be a national emergency." Dokja, however, is even more shocked. That soldier is a character from TWSA. How can he be here already? He wasn't supposed to appear this early. Then news breaks that the nation's president is dead, and the prime minister gives a live broadcast declaring a national emergency, claiming it was a terrorist attack. No one believes him at first, until right there on live TV, the prime minister dies. The Dakabi reappears and says mockingly, "Told you this isn't a joke," before reducing the time left for the task. He could have given them more time, but his twisted sense of fun wouldn't allow it. Still, people refuse to believe all this is real. So the Dakabi shows them a live feed from a high school where students are about to fail the task, and we watch them start dying one by one. Only one girl survives, Ji-hye Lee, who kills her own friend to complete the mission. Seeing this, everyone on the train is left horrified.